Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
The methanol poisoning story of the two friends in Vietnam is scary and it's tragic because young Bianca Jones has passed away. Her friend Holly is still fighting for life in hospital.
5 people have now died as a result of this louse poisoning. Mon, who's one of our producers here, this morning said that when you were in Vietnam...
Yeah, in
Thailand. You had a similar experience.
Yeah, back in 2018, I went over with my boyfriend at the time and, out at a bar, normal functioning bar, night out, had a couple of cocktails, ended up really, really unwell and throwing up, in the bathroom, laying in the shower. It was really, really awful, and that was 2 drinks.
Right. And did you suspect it was methanol poisoning?
At the time, I was like, oh, gosh, maybe I didn't eat enough or something like that. Maybe I, went too hard on the alcohol or whatever. And I was like, it was 2 drinks, so it doesn't make sense. And thinking back to my symptoms at the time, I was dizzy. I couldn't see. It wasn't normal. Like for 2 drinks at the time and, had been drinking pretty heavily on the holiday, I'm on holiday. So it didn't make sense that it was just alcohol.
It's funny that we talk about it as methanol poisoning because I've been watching the stories and I've been wondering why would they do that? And you were saying to me, Brendan, this morning that tell me what you're saying about this is how they avoid tax.
Well, they have a different, ethanol is taxed differently to methanol. Methanol is what we use, for fuel, car fuel and things like that. Ethanol is, which goes to alcohol. But you can easily, the chemistry, then this is what they worry about with those home brewers, that how ethanol can turn to methanol like that. So if someone doesn't know what they're doing, when they're making arak and all those sort of things, it can easily, and that's what leads to blindness.
So what they're doing, though, is they are trying to make a cheap form of alcohol. They're not setting out to poison you.
No.
They're not spiking
they're avoiding
you.
Tax or,
that's right.
Yeah.
They're making these drinks. And you can't tell when you're drinking it that that's in it.
Exactly the same. It tasted exactly like your average vodka soda or cocktail.
That's what is so alarming. So I know that Penny Wong this morning has said, hey, people need to be aware and be careful. But short of drinking at the most expensive hotel in the city, how do you know?
You just can't, I guess, drink out of a bottle. But, this
is why girls are going to drink cocktails. Guys drink beer maybe out of a bottle, but girls are going to drink mixed drinks.
But those symptoms as well that you talk, so you're in the shower and were you thinking, I've got to go to a hospital or something?
At the time, I was still like, oh, maybe I just drank too much. And I think
But you only had 2 drinks?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of blame for myself in that moment, thinking, oh, I've just gone too hard and how silly of me, how embarrassing. But it wasn't really, embarrassing thinking back to it. I was like, I've been poisoned. Yeah.
And what did you do for the rest of your holiday? So at what stage was this in the holiday?
Pretty early on. I think we were in Phuket at the time and I felt really sick for the next 2 days and I didn't drink at all going forward.
That's a terrifying
That's one to take
story.
on board. Thank you, Mon.
And how do you protect yourself short of don't drink when you're on the holiday? Because they're not deliberately poisoning you. They're making cheap alcohol. You don't know because it tastes exactly and smells exactly the same.
Yeah. I guess you're in a third world country and you've just got to remember that. You're not back at home when you're overseas.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mon.
Terrifying. Thank you, Mon.